Hello, my name is Peter Mills, and I'm a regional sales manager with Regal Power Transmission Solutions. Thanks for joining me today as I'm going to cover the Perceptive branded Tag It program. Let's kick this puppy off with a brief customer case study. I'll be right back.
How many times have you had difficulty in getting the right parts in at the right time to maintain a safe and productive operation? How much time do you spend looking for spares in your inventory, calling suppliers or manufacturers? What would the impact to your facility be if you could standardize and streamline your MRO inventory? The whole idea behind Tag It was to help facilities streamline their inventory and cut down on their actual SKUs. It's really evolved to something even more than that, with making ordering product much easier, as well as knowing exactly what they're supposed to do replacements with. So before they even go out onto the floor to do the maintenance, they know exactly what they have to bring with them to cut down on their maintenance time, as well as the downtime in their facilities.
We have so many different styles of conveyors and gearboxes, motors. Streamlining reduces the amount that we have to keep on the shelf. We can replace them quicker, not have to carry as heavy of an inventory, which keeps our costs down.
It will help with identifying the units. It will help with minimizing, I would say, discrepancies in employees writing down what it is that they need. So they can scan it now and it gives me the information versus a person may or may not have wrote down the right information. The reason why we started trying to do this is because of manpower. Well, we had to go to the machine, we had to test amperages, we had to test for heat, went to monitoring where you sit behind a computer and you pull up the graphs, charts, and so forth, and it tells you exactly what you would have saw if you went up there physically. Our building is quite large, and for me to walk down there versus me sitting behind a computer at the moment and pushing a few buttons saves tremendous time.
When you guys put the first nodes on, I should say, within the first week we had a motor have problems. Of course, you guys are doing the monitoring right now, and you contacted us and you have a motor that's overheating with a lot of vibration. And so we went and looked at it. Over the weekend, we changed that motor out. So that was a very good example of where the nodes will pay for themselves. By the end of the time of getting it up and running, production be back up and running, we could lose anywhere between 5 to 6 hours. The cost per item goes up because we have to use more manpower instead of using the automatic equipment. When you're doing hundreds of thousands of shoes, that could be a large amount of money. So that comes off your bottom line. So knowing a motor is going out early warning, like with this node system, we can plan this. Okay, we got a box, it's getting extremely bad, and during the 5 hours that they're not running at night shift, my night shift guys could change that out and we lose 0 downtime during production hours.
Perceptive is a combination of hardware, software, and humanware. It's a new way to interact with all of your Regal products. For more information or to find out how Perceptive could benefit your facility, visit perceptive.com.
Wasn't that such a great story? Now let's talk a little bit about how the Perceptive Tag It program works in 3 easy steps. First, Regal and our distributor partners team together to survey your production floor. During that survey, we're taking inventory of all of your critical drive packages and all the components that are associated with them. During that survey, we're also cataloging those assets with QR codes. Second, we're utilizing those QR codes for you to then take your mobile device, scan that QR code, and pull up all the appropriate information that's tied to that drive package. This information includes asset location within the plant, asset images and descriptions, existing model codes, and also interchange data that will ultimately cross those products over to Regal branded products, and so much more. Lastly, you're able to add on our wireless condition monitoring offering through Perceptive. This wireless condition monitoring includes live 24/7 data that gives you equipment health, temperature, vibration that can ultimately lead to unplanned downtimes. Now that we've given a high-level overview of the program, let's walk you through the app. Once you scan the QR code, the app will ultimately take you to the asset detail page, where you're able to view asset location and asset images and basic descriptions of what that entails. On the same screen, you're able to drill down to the component detail level, which breaks down the motor, gearbox, and any bearings that we've inventoried that are associated to the particular asset. You're also able to view interchange information, and it gives you a link on where to buy. As I mentioned earlier, you're able to upgrade to a Perceptive condition monitoring offering. Let's take a look at how you're able to view that information on the computer dashboard. Here's a look at the computer dashboard. First, when you log in, it'll take you to the enterprise level screen, where you're able to view all of the assets within your given enterprise. Over on the left, you're able to drill down and pick the specific asset that you would like to take a look at, where you are able to view all the necessary asset information that's very similar to the app. Along the top, you're able to see where there's asset monitoring information with the second tab. Click on that, and you're able to drill down and view all the history of vibration or temperature events that are associated with the nodes that are tied to that specific asset. So now that you've seen that asset information, asset monitoring dashboards, let's talk a little bit about the features of our wireless condition monitoring offered by Perceptive. First, you get 24/7 live data feed, which, obviously you'll always be able to log in and have access to what your equipment's doing. I touched on being able to log in. It's not route-based, so you can log in from anywhere as long as you have a Wi-Fi signal, a cell signal, and you can access that information. I like to joke, you can be sitting on a beach with your toes in the sand and still know what's going on in your production floor. Another good point is, that each gateway accepts 25 wireless nodes, so you can cover a large space with minimal gateways. Also, tied to the 25 nodes and being able to cover large spaces, each wireless node has up to 600 meters line of sight, and so that's actually unparalleled in the industry. And so being able to, again, cover large spaces within your manufacturing plant is going to be key for you. And I get asked quite often, these nodes, are they throwaways? And the answer is no. The battery is replaceable, so ultimately it's a one-time purchase, and you buy a watch battery, $5 later, replace it, and you're off and running. So in closing, the Perceptive Tag It program, we like to say that MRO is faster when you know what's there and what it's doing.